Alright, well, yesterday was eventful. I ended up getting down. I found the arrow. I don't remember how much I updated you guys, but went down, grabbed the arrow. Didn't hit, I hit him, but like literally skimmed hair off his back. I rewatched the footage probably 15, 20, 30 times, who knows, maybe 100. And I was able to put a dot on the spot that it ended up impacting versus the spot that he would have been if he hadn't ducked, and I still would have been a bit high, but probably like high lung, maybe 4 or 5 inches below the spine, somewhere in that realm. So still like very lethal shot, but he kind of matrixed out of that. So at 45, I should have known. I should have held a little lower, probably put like the 40 pin right on there and let it drop in. But he lives to fight another day for sure. Just cut some hair off his back, so should be no issue. Hopefully comes back around again today. With a smart public land buck like that, I'm doubtful that he'll come back, but you never know. It's November 1st, so anything can happen in November, and that's going to be the hope. There's plenty of other bucks in there that I would shoot, so he's not the only one, and he probably won't be the last one that rolls through there. We had bucks rolling through both days, so that bedding area for does is just a hot spot, and I'm hoping it stays that way even after me going through there. Once I got back to the truck last night, it was already like 3 o'clock when I went to go look at the footage, so I elected to just go home instead of kind of take the night off, do a little mental reset, get some sleep, and then we're going to go back in there today, and hopefully these mornings stay the way that they have been, and we see him again or see somebody else, and can put a clean arrow in something. So fingers crossed, but I'm going to get on the road, and I'll see you guys in the tree. Alright, heading home now. That was the longest all-day sit I've ever had with 0 deer seen at all. So, gonna go home, lick my wounds, but I'm too stubborn to quit, so just gonna stay after it. And I think I'm gonna go in a little deeper to a different spot tomorrow because the wind's gonna switch. And then I think I'm gonna end up coming back in the afternoon to the opposing side of this bedding area that I had shot him on the other side of. So essentially the way this bedding area lays out, I shot him or missed over the top of him on the south end of this bedding area. I think there's an access point I can get to the north side, and the wind tomorrow is supposed to be from the southwest, so it should be perfect to kind of get in that north end and hopefully get in a little tight and just see if he's still in there. As far as I know, he was on camera at 6 o'clock yesterday, kind of coming out of that area in the spot that I'd want to go in at. So I'm gonna head up that way tomorrow evening. At least that's the plan, unless something changes with cameras or somebody sees him or something. But gonna get some sleep and keep my fingers crossed and hope that he comes out tomorrow. Morning of November 2nd, had that spike buck walk right under my tree. He actually was smelling around. He definitely caught my wind there for a little bit, but just a little youngster, so let him walk on by. Cool encounter nonetheless. So I actually stopped a little short of where I thought I was going to get to this morning. I was going to go a little farther in because I got some good pictures last night and know where those deer were heading. But I forgot about daylight saving, so I got here a little late, and rather than be
ass and go busting through stuff when it's already about to be daylight. I just stopped a little short at a different spot that I know works well for this wind. Was up here pretty easily, so plan for now is I'm going to sit here till like 10, 11, maybe even noon, then get down and push farther back into where I wanted to get to. The wind's really good in terms of accessing, so might take a different path to get back there just to see what I can see. Go through some spots that I haven't seen before, so yeah, that's the plan, but still got, I don't know, it's like 8:30 I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's like 8:30 on the dot, so got another couple hours to sit here, and then we'll start to work our way back farther into this place. Alright guys, just got set back up for the evening. I got a bit of an awkward setup going because there's a branch in a really weird spot and the tree's kind of angled away from me, but this is the tree that I need to be in. I sort of scouted my way back here midday. This is actually a spot, surprisingly, I've sat this area, or this piece of public, I don't know, 250 times in the last 5 years. Last 5 or 6 years. Yeah, I've probably put 250 plus days in here, which is insane. But I've never actually been back to this spot, because I think I've been playing it to kind of chill. Kind of fallen back on spots that I know produce occasionally, or at least like relatively consistently, rather than kind of getting aggressive and pushing in, and that's what helped me last year, going into spots that I wasn't used to going into. So pushed in here, found great rubs, big scrapes. I'm actually going to bring a camera in here next time I get back in here, just to be able to see what's hidden some of this stuff, but had an absolute monster headed back this way last night. I'll put a picture on the screen if I remember to do that, but probably one of the biggest deer I've seen in here, period. So I'm hoping we were set up where he would have been headed to. So hoping he kind of reverses that pattern and comes back out just a little bit before last light. Hunting pressure seems to have put a halt on some stuff, kind of settled the deer down a little bit, so I don't know, hoping that this little sanctuary area that I found will be holding some deer. I spooked 2 does out of here as I was walking in, just kind of bumped them lightly. They didn't go off too crazy or blow or anything, so I think they just heard me and didn't smell me, so hoping either they come back through or a big old buck comes back through. We'll see what happens. It's going to be quick. Just cracking first light here. I was kind of in a rush to get down here, so I didn't really get a chance to go through kind of what's going on, but gonna wait. Weather's okay. Bucks have been chasing all week long on camera, so I'm set up in a real solid pinch point. Just a little bit farther away from the tree I killed my buck last year. Again, kind of went over it last time, but it's the best pinch point on the whole place. And when you have bucks cruising like that, I'm someone who likes to sit pinch points for travel rather than like set up directly on like scrapes and things like that. I've just found the best success that way with public land. It's just a matter of getting in the spots that they're likely to walk through. So that's what I'm doing this morning. It's just cracking first light, so I'm gonna shut the camera off real quick until it gets real light. But feel good about this morning. They were chasing all day yesterday on camera, so hoping a big boy chased the doe right through here, and we sent an arrow right through him. So sit back and hopefully we get something. Mer. This season has been ridiculously, like, the hardest season I've had, for sure. The most deer, but, like, just missing that giant over the back. I've had so many people walk up on me. I got the shakes. And I told myself, especially with having the 2 buck tags, it's like, look, I just wanted to get something that was 3.5 maybe, or like large 2.5, 3.5. Like, this public gets on it a lot, and my freezer's completely empty, and that guy's gonna fill it, and it's, I'm pumped right now. I watched him go down over there, at least go into a thicket. I'm gonna give him some time, and probably sit the rest of the morning until maybe 11 or noon, so I'm not busting other people out. It's only 8 o'clock right now. Settle down a little bit and keep sitting, because you never know what this time of year. And Illinois is a nice state because I can do 2 buck tags. So I'm gonna settle down, and then we can go take a look at him in a little bit.
Alright guys, I got this guy tagged, ready to drag. Got about 1.5 miles to get him out of here, but it was a cool hunt. Just nice November morning, nothing crazy. A couple bucks coming in, hitting scrapes, just your perfect morning. And this guy came into 8 yards and couldn't hold off anymore, so he is coming home with me. I told myself this year I was going to keep hunting fun. I put pressure on myself too much in the past to shoot something bigger or pass on this or pass on that. I told myself if it gets my heart pumping, and this guy did, coming in all the way into 8 yards, that I was going to let it fly, and that's what I did. I'm super happy to be putting him in the back of the truck, and I'm going to go to my grandpa's house and we're going to be processing deer and eating them all year long, which is what's the most important about this. So if there's anything I can leave you with after this one, is keep hunting fun, dude. Don't pressure yourself to shoot the biggest thing. Stay off social media half the time, or don't compare yourself to others, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. So sometimes social media just shows you the big bucks that are getting killed everywhere, and you feel like you're the only one that hasn't. But just keep it fun, shoot what you can, shoot what you want, as long as it's legal, and have fun with it. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.